Alright, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm actually going to be wearing this ring, one of the ones I did not make in the last video, but a ring I did make about the same time, just to see if it can hold up while I'm working and stuff. And this one isn't that great anyway, so I'm not worried about hurting it. But in this video, that's up for now. I'm making a picture frame for this picture that I got at the Grimes National Air Force Museum in Ohio. I'm assuming that's what it's called. Not actually entirely sure. It's like one of the only cool things in Ohio. And so, yeah, I'm just gonna hurry up and get the dimensions and everything, and I'm gonna bring you along in the process so you guys can know how to do it. I have pencil and paper. I actually need to grab a tape measure real quick. And a tape measure. My battery's running low. This is great. Okay. So let's measure the outside of this little gray that's on it real quick. It is 17 by 10. So draw this out real quick. So it's so it is 17 by 10, and then we'll do the inward line where the actual picture is, because that'll help me decide where I want, how big I want the picture frame, like the inside of the picture frame to actually be. So the inside of it, I'm assuming this is, okay, so it's a 1.5. So it's like, okay, so 14 7 by 7. So 7 by 14. Very nice. So I'm thinking with this drawing, let me get the drawing in here now. Alright. I think with this drawing, it would look absolutely smashing with a nice dark, like, picture frame. So I think I'm gonna make it out of a nice looking wood. Now if we have like walnut or something, I'd love to make it out of that. But if we don't, I'll just use like some kind of board, like a 1x or something, or not a 1x, but I don't know what it's called actually. I don't remember what it's called. Anyways, I'll use that and I'll just stain it dark, but I would love to use some like walnut or some dark wood like that. Or cedar would be pretty cool too. I'm gonna have to go see what we have. Okay, so I've got a couple of boards that might work. Oops. Get out of the way, you stupid kid. Okay, so I just wanna, this one is a 1x. I don't actually, I cannot remember what they're called. But it's actually already ripped down a little bit. But I wanna check and see what this would kind of look like. I wanna show, I'm thinking that I wanna show about 1/2 inch of this gray. Which means that I need at least 1 inch of wood. So I'm thinking 1.5 inches. Let's look at what 1.5 inch piece of wood would look like. So it would be like this board ripped directly in half. So it would look right about, let's see, where is, I don't want to hurt this picture. So that's not right. What the heck? This is really difficult. Okay, so that is 1/2 inch. Oh my gosh, maybe I want to show more than that. No, I think that's enough. So it would be something like that, and there would be that much picture frame. Okay, maybe I show 3/4 inch, and I take this down a little bit. So like, that's 1/2, and that would be, wait a minute, what? So that's 1/2. 1/2, that would be 3/4 right there. So that's 3/4, which is, so that and 1/2. So let's take 1/4 off of this, at least. So it'll be right about there. Let me see. which would be like that. You know what? I like that. I think that's what we're gonna do. And this thickness, I think this will do as well. So now we know I want 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 inch gray showing. And then I want a board that is 1 1/4. 1 1/4. 1 1/4 inch frame. Sweet. Okay, we got that all nailed down. And how thick is this actually? Just check real quick. Yeah. Okay. So it's 3/4. So 3/4 thick. 3/4 inch thick. Here we go. All right. Sweet. Okay, so I am editing the video right now, and I just saw the clip, watched the clip where I showed you guys how to figure out how long you need your boards to be for the frame, and realized it took me literally 10 minutes to explain it. So this next clip is me explaining after doing it how you guys need to do it. Okay, so this is how you do it. First, you add your frame width 2 times to the picture size. So if our picture size is 5 inches by 3 inches, then what we do is we figure out the width of our frame piece, which we'll say is 1/2 an inch here, and we get that number and we add that number onto our thing twice. So we have our board up here and our board down here, and if we add those two boards together, that makes 1 inch, because obviously 1/2 and 1/2 makes 1 inch. So then we add that number onto our picture number on both sides, because our width is going to be the same on every side. And then second, you subtract the amount of the picture that will be under the lip of the frame. So in other words, if I have 1/4 inch of my picture under the frame to hold the picture in, then I subtract 1/2 an inch off of my number on each side. So now with doing all of these, I'll tell you what this would be. So first of all, add your frame width, which we said was 1/2 an inch. So if you had 1/2 an inch and 1/2 an inch, that would be 6 inches here on the top, and this would be 4 inches here on the side. And then we subtract the amount of picture that will be under the lip of the frame. So if we have 1/4 of an inch on each side, then that means it's 1/2 an inch. So then we just subtract 1/2 an inch off of 4, which would make this 3 1/2 inches. And this would be 5 1/2 inches. And just like that, you know the length of board that you need. Let me know down in the comments if you like tea, like hot tea, or coffee more. Currently drinking some vanilla chai with some sugar and cream in it. Vanilla chai is pretty dang good. I do not like coffee at all. Like every now and then I'll have some cold coffee from a really good coffee shop about 30 minutes from our place. But other than that, I do not like coffee at all. Like I haven't had coffee in probably about 6 or 7 months. But I have tea like every day. Ooh, I just saw something. Hey. So we had just cut a tree down at a house we are fixing up to rent out. And so I have this nice big old log that I can make rings out of. So check out my Instagram and direct message me if you would like to buy a ring or a gun or something. The Instagram will be down in the description. I don't know why it's raining. I hate rain. To those of you who have bought something off me, I greatly appreciate it. And I want to let you guys know where your money will be going. And it's not just going to be going to this crazy teenager who's going to spend it all on candy. No, I am not one of those people. No. So 3/4 of the proceedings that I get from this money that I make from all of the things I sell, like rings, guns, and everything, will be going to get a camera. And I am currently talking with my brother-in-law, who does professional videography. So I'm speaking with him, and he's going to suggest a camera and maybe help me find a good one to use. And the rest of the money is going to go into buying more materials, and a little bit of it is going to be going into like paying me for doing the work. So that's just where it's going. I just wanted to let you guys know. So yeah, also a huge thank you to those of you who have bought something off of me already. It's greatly appreciated. Okay, and so without further ado, let's go clean off the table saw, the table saw, and get everything prepped, so as soon as one of my brothers gets here, we can run this through. Goodness. Well, there's a little bit of space cleared. Holy moly. Sit you down real quick. Oh my gosh. Bro. Whatever that is, it's heavy. Alright, that should do. So let's measure and see if this is right. Let's man, I hate that they aren't. Let me get a different picture. Okay, this one's nice because it's got numbers on the back of it, so I can see it. Okay, so that's an inch. Wait, we wanted our board to be inch. Let me go check. Inch and quarter, right? 1 inch and a quarter. Alright, so it is an inch and a quarter. That is it, my friends. It's locked on. Sweet. So now, the waiting begins, and might be here for quite some time. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk about our sponsor. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a sponsor. So, everything's ready. Super excited to get this done, stained and everything. So I'm going to tell you a few things right now. So if you are going to make a picture frame, you can. So the first thing is, there are 2 ways you can do this. Now, if you want it to be fast and simple, you can, I don't even know where I was going with this. Alright, as I was saying, and forgot, there are 2 ways you can do it. First of all, you can sand it. The fastest way to do it is sand it, and get all the bevels done and everything before you put it together. Now, the second way of doing it, which makes it a little bit slower but nicer, is you put it together and then you sand it. Now, keep in mind, you could router it as well, and either way, you should router it afterwards or sand it afterwards, because it just makes it look nicer, because it'll just fit together nicer and it'll look better. So if you do the sanding after you have it together. And it is slower, I will admit it is slower, so you might not want to do this if you have a time crunch, but it will look much, much nicer if you go ahead and take the extra time to do it after you put it together. How we're going to be holding it together is wood glue and brad nail, I believe. Is it called a brad nail? I don't remember. There's like 5 different types of nail guns, and I can never keep them straight. It's some type of nail gun. So, you know, you also could do a biscuit join, but I don't really know how to do biscuit joins very well. So I am not going to do a biscuit join. So, also, wood glue will not be strong enough to give it together by itself. So you will need to put a do biscuit join, or put nails or something in it to hold it together. Or, better yet, you could get your thing and you could make a lip. You can make like a It's like you have your board, this board, and it goes like this, and you have your other board goes in. It's called like a tongue and groove or something. You could also do that, but I'm not gonna do that because that's also very confusing. And I don't need it to like be as strong as bulletproof glass. I'm not gonna be throwing it on the concrete. So yeah, I don't need that. So I'm not gonna do that because it's not worth it.
What?
Come on.
I'm reading you right now.
Nut. Oh yeah. I still am, dude. La la la. Okay, come on. All right.
Where's the? Are you ready?
Where's the switch? It's over here.
Okay.
I'll need this. All right, get that off. Stupid. Quit. All right, here we go. Ready? No, that's to tilt it. I forgot where you look. No, that's to tilt it. All right, get over there. Get over there. All right, here we go. Wait, I gotta pen switch. Okay. So, Nathan, you can go inside now and leave me alone. Thank you. Do not do anything stupid. Just leave. Leave. Now we're gonna rip it, or cut it, where it needs to be cut. Anyways, yeah. I'm gonna probably use the jigsaw for that, which isn't very, not the jigsaw, the scroll saw, which isn't very recommended, but I'm gonna do it anyways, because I don't really know what else to use, so yeah. I have the boards cut out. Now, those are not perfectly straight cuts, which is kind of okay because you have to cut an angle on them anyways. So it's not a big deal if it's not completely straight because most of it's gonna be gone anyways. It's just to get the general length and everything. Ow, what in the world? Okay, so we have our boards, and now for the angles. So we're gonna use our little speed square. That's what it's called, speed square. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your speed square. Let me get you on a downwards view. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There you are. All right. So you're gonna get your pencil and your speed square or something, and this is a 45-degree angle, which is what we need. So you're gonna put it right there at the edge there, and you're just draw down. Now, on the other end, you're gonna need to do the same thing, except the opposite direction, obviously, but make sure like both of the ends that are coming like that, the ends that are closer together are together, so you don't like cut it back, I don't know. Oh, actually, to mark them correctly, oh yeah, okay, well, which side is nicer? I think, actually, you know, we're gonna do it on this side. So we're just gonna do this so we know not to do it on this side. No! Okay, so now we're going to get it, stick it on the edge. That one's a little bit off, but that'll be okay. Oops. All right, now we're gonna grab our long pieces and do the same exact thing. Find the nice side. And on the nice side is we're gonna mark. Now the angle, we have one of those saws where it's like you like press the button and you go, and you're like, you know. Anyways, but we have one, but I have not seen that in months, and it is not anywhere in the shop, and I have no clue where it is, and obviously I can't use that, so I'm gonna use a handsaw, or I might use a jigsaw. Jigsaw, very bad idea. You will not cut it very straight. I had to sand it down a whole bunch. Yeah, I'm gonna use the handsaw, actually. Actually, sanding that down, I think I did get that pretty smackerdoo on, but if you can see this, right here, there's little bumps like here and here, for where it didn't cut straight, so that could mess with our joining lines. Alright, I messed up something really bad here on this. So as you can see here, I have all the edges together, and there's like huge gaps, like here, and there's a little gap there and there, so just to show you, I have this little square thing. I don't know if this is really what it's made to be used for, but that right there, that's square. Now, yeah, it's just really out of square, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna have to do a lot of sanding and try to get all the edges nice, I guess. Ooh, you're a little bit tilted. Okay, so I just sanded these down a lot. Well, not really a lot, but I like to think it was a lot. Okay, this one needs a little bit more, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys because it looks pretty good. So here we go. As you can see, not hardly any gap at all. No gap, no gap, no gap. Right here, there's no gap at all. Right here, there is a little bit of a gap, so that needs taken down a little bit up there more, but it's looking great. Actually like way too much, but that's okay. Okay. Oh crud, I need a wet rag. Okay, now let's do this. Alright, I got the nails and the sides, got glue on them, got the clamps nice and tight where they need to be. I'm gonna go get a wet rag and wipe all the joints off, get everything put away, and then I'll see you when the glue's dry. Alright, it's the morning, it's Sunday. It's theoretically dry, technically like not fully dry, but that's okay. I just wanna, golly, take this off and see what it looks like. Honestly, it's really not that great, but I'm actually kind of impressed because like I did it all by myself. So yeah, I'm not gonna put the clamps back on it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Super excited. This is gonna be so much cool. This is gonna just be like so cool. Let's wait. Let's go get the picture and put it in it real quick. Look at that. Yes, sir. Man, okay, so somehow I did make it bigger than it was originally planned. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna let that sit a little bit longer on a flat surface. That's another thing you want to do when you do glue it. Make sure there's nothing underneath where you're putting the glue at, just so like dust and stuff doesn't get itself glued on there. You have to like sand it off, and make sure it's completely flat. Like I didn't put something on the top of it, and it's kind of got a lip right there, so I'll have to sand that down, which will take a while. So I'm kind of not happy that I didn't really pay more attention. Okay, so this is kind of how it went after this. So I put it all together, it dried and everything. I went back out there several hours later, started sanding it, and while I was sanding it, unfortunately I did not record it. I was not recording then. It hit me, and I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, this is what I was doing in my room. Oh my goodness. And I freaked out. I was like, oh my goodness. I forgot to put the lip in the frame for the picture to be in. I forgot to do that on the table saw before I put it together. So I was like kind of panicking for a while. I did end up recording, getting my camera, bringing it out, recording me trying to figure it out, but it took me too long to figure out what to do. First I tried chiseling on the line. We're just gonna go down the line. It did not work. It was like not working. I was like, oh no. So I just cut it back apart where it glued together and everything. Set the table saw to the right thing, run it through, set it differently, and then you run it that way so I have the lip. And then I glued it back, and then I put it back on the grips, or whatever they're called. Glued it, nailed it. So I have my sandpaper, and I just need to quickly sand this one final time. Then we are going to go ahead and stain it, which I'm super excited to do. So let's get into it. Yeah. Okay, just a junky rag. I'm just gonna dust this off real quick. Alright. Okay, so I have moved quick time to another spot. So I have my workbench. And now we need to make the bracket to hang it up with. So we're gonna make it out of metal. We have our piece. I'm just gonna straighten it out real quick. Okay, so we have, we'll say this is the picture frame, and we have this will go on like the top of the picture frame, okay? So it'll be the top of the picture frame, and then at the back obviously, and then we have the screw or nail or whatever it is on the wall, and it can just sit right on there. So, yeah. So we have this piece, so I'm just going to set that up there. That's one thing done. Now I'm going to get a couple more pieces, and we're going to bring it back here and get into length and everything, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I have 2 long pieces, and I'm going to figure out about the length that I want all of these to be. So let's head over to the picture frame, and so, you know what, we can take the clamp off now. It's been sitting for a while. So we want it to where it sticks over a good amount, and when you turn it, no matter how far you turn it, it won't go over the edge of the piece of wood.
Okay, so I did those brass pieces and everything, and I made them, and then I ended up not being able to find nails that were small enough where they'd go through it without going through both sides of the metal because it was so thin. So I found some that was thicker, about this thick, and used that instead. So I did that, and then I got a drill and just drilled through it on one end so I could put a nail in. Put a little nail in, very small, so it didn't go through the face of our frame. And now we're done, and I'm going to show you when I put the picture in, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to do what I learned.
Music then. Alright guys, here is the moment we've all been waiting for, and I'm going to make sure I put the picture in the right way. That would actually be kind of funny. Now, if you look here real quick, let me show you. There is a gap, so I will cut out another piece of cardboard to this size and put it back here so it pushes the picture all the way up to the front. Otherwise, it might look a little bit weird. But, folks, ladies and gentlemen, this is so awesome. Now I am freaking proud of that. Like, that is so awesome. Oh my gosh. Yes. That was well worth all of the taking it apart, figuring freaking stuff out, and then realizing that I was an idiot and forget steps. That was worth it. That was so worth it. Oh my gosh.
Now's the time when I tell you guys what I learned in this video. First of all, I learned that planning is important as having the materials, because if you don't have a plan, you'll forget stuff, and then it won't turn out right, or it won't turn out as you were hoping, or as you needed it to. So it's really important to plan. I speak from experience here, so take my advice. Now, another thing I learned is video lighting is really important as well. I've had to remake several of these shots in my room because it's just so dark, and I didn't realize how dark it was. So now I've been like, I'll take a video and quickly hop in front of it, take a video, go back, look on the camera, make sure it looks okay, and then I'll set up the light however it needs. I have a little portable light over here. And because it's just so dark in here, and it just, all I have is yellow lights. I have fairy lights, it's really pretty, but it doesn't work well for a camera. So lighting is really important, which is interesting. I mean, I would never have thought about it because, I mean, I'm just making the projects. But you also need to think about what everybody else is saying. But another thing is, it's not healthy for you to be scared of learning something new or moving forwards and moving and grasping onto something and learning how to use it. Like, I was so scared using that nailer because I had never used it before. And I mean, it's this huge thing. It shoots these nails really quick. It could like go right through your finger, right? Right. But you've gotta have a little bit of confidence and try it yourself. And you can never know you can't do something until you've tried it and you've done your best and you can't do it. And even then, you can still do it. You have to put your mind to it. So yeah, that was really interesting. I was like thinking about it earlier and I was like, I was so scared. And by the way, I don't mean have too much confidence and just rush into something without knowing anything and without watching videos of other people doing it so you can know how to do it. That's not what I mean. Don't get yourself killed, okay? That's not what I mean at all. That is not what I mean. One thing I learned is that looking into the camera is so important. Like, while I was editing this, I realized how much I'll look around and be like, not paying attention to the camera, which is such like an amateur. But I mean, that's what I am. But still, I need to work on this. I need to get better, because one of these days I'd like to be able to change my name. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, so that's what I learned. I wish there was a little bit more, but I didn't quite learn as much in this video as I would say the ring, because I mean, I had never made a ring before, whereas I made a picture frame before. I've actually made like 2 or maybe 3 picture frames before. I'm Anna with Woodworking Amateurs United. Thanks for watching. Check out some of our other videos and make sure to subscribe. And I hope you have a very blessed week.